Hello everybody, it's Timothy here. I'm right now in Georgetown and I'm going to do another discovery walk with you. Let me turn the camera around to show you where I am. Okay, here it goes. And you can see that over there, that is Penang Street. And we are now walking along the 5-foot way or kaki lima of the Chinese Chamber of Commerce building with Light Street on our right side. And the field of Padang over there. It's a lovely, lovely day. On today is the 16th, 17th, maybe it's the 17th of June 2025. And we are going to the next junction, which will be our next discovery walk place. And you can see the signboard over there. Let me get closer to it. Over on that side, you can see the town hall and the city hall. Well, a little bit of it because it's quite obscured by trees. And up here, there we are, the Booking or King Street. So we are going to walk King Street today, the entire length of King Street, so that we can discover all its sights here. I might not be able to remember everything about this street. However, whatever I do remember, I will inform you, and the rest of it, I will stay silent. And then I will put a voice over it so that it will cover up whatever I want to tell you. But over here, you can see the buildings here. I think this one is called Kau Keng Chu Ao, the back of 9 shop houses. And on this side of the road, I'm going to cross the road now to show this green area. This green area is just across from the junction of Esplanade Road. Esplanade Road is the road over there. In Malay, it's called Jalan Padang Kota Lama. But on this area, this used to be the entrance to a hotel. Yeah, and it's a very famous hotel, but it's not on this location anymore. But for the first few years, that hotel is situated here. And can you guess which hotel it is? Well, some of you who might know the local history would know that this was the original location of the Eastern and Oriental Hotel. Yes, the Eastern Oriental or E&O used to be here, but not anymore. Today we have British Council up there. And then this building, let me see whether it has any information on this building, because I do know this building. I do know about this building. Today it is Great Eastern. Originally, it was the Chung Siu Ying building. The name, I believe, is still there, but now is hidden behind the Great Eastern signboard. According to my research, it was built in the mid-19th century. In 1952, it was given a makeover with a late Art Deco facade. And one thing about the shop houses here is that they have 2 frontages. One on this side on King Street and another frontage on the other side, which is on Penang Street. So it has 2 ends. So you can walk into the shop houses and go straight through them and re-emerge at Penang Street. So that's the uniqueness of the shop houses over here. Okay, we are going to go this way. So this is Great Eastern or Wisma Great Eastern, the insurance company. And if you look at all the shop houses along King Street, you will find a variety of styles, and some are of differing heights as well, because they are often built during different time period. And so you can see some are shorter and some are taller. King Street is one of the widest streets in the original settlement as laid out by Francis Lai. Today it is within the core zone of Georgetown's World Heritage Site. As such, there is height control over new constructions here. And the one on our left side, that one is finished in Shanghai plaster. That's to say that sandy appearance, the dark sandy appearance of the building. And this is built in the Art Deco style. You can see the that Art Deco elements as in the pilasters. And it looks like one whole row of coins falling down. Maybe this is a very auspicious design. Show like coins falling down. Can you see? Yeah. Some, I can't say many, but some of the buildings here have been rebuilt like this one. This one is quite new. Space Residence. So I can't remember what was here previously, but now it has been demolished and rebuilt. But it is not usually the case that you are allowed to tear down any of the buildings here, but because they are all in the World Heritage Site. So only in special cases are you allowed to demolish the buildings over here. On the right side of the road, there are two clan associations. See this one? So the first one is Zhonglong Fui Kun Society. These buildings are often usually open to the public during World Heritage Day, which is coming up on the 7th of July every year. So if you want to enter any of these buildings, I suggest that you come back to Georgetown to the 7th of July 2025, and many of these will be open to the public, and there will be some performances and other events happening here. So this is another one of them. And next to it, another one, Persatuan Kap Yin at 24th Le Booking of King Street. And once again, this one too is finished in Shanghai plaster. And then we continue our way. I like this one. This 3-story corner lot at the junction of King Street and, if I'm not mistaken, this is Church Street. Yeah, this is King Street and Church Street. I like this one. I'm going to go this way. Let me show you the building. And here we are at the junction of King Street with Church Street. And we are going to see the buildings over on that side. So, here are buildings built by the Cantonese, and as a result, King Street is often called as Keng Tang Ke, which means Cantonese Street, because there are these temples along this road which are of Cantonese origin, and right in the middle here, the lower one is the Cantonese temple for the god of prosperity, or the Cantonese Tok Pekong. And on here is the Zhongshan Hui Guan, which is Cantonese District Association renamed after Zhongshan, which is the honorary name for Sun Yat-sen. And when I say Cantonese, I often mean actually the Taishanese, because the Taishanese, a subset of the Cantonese, they came in great number to Georgetown. And of the Taishanese, one of them includes myself. I am also a Taishanese, and we are now looking at the Taishanese Hok Tek Su Temple of the God of Prosperity. Okay, let's continue on our walk. It's a very hot day in Georgetown today, but luckily there is a breeze, so I don't feel that bad. And I'm going a little bit slower here so that you can appreciate the architecture and beauty of these temples here, one after another. If you look deep inside the temple, you can see ancestral tablets. So those are the ancestral tablets of those who have departed, and they are venerated by their descendants. You can venerate your ancestors by venerating through those tablets, those wooden tablets that is lined up out there, or you can do it at their grave itself. So many descendants would prefer to go to temples such as this to venerate their ancestors. We are still going west, and when we cross the next intersection, we will enter Little India, the Little India of Georgetown, and you can hear from the distance the sound of the music from Little India, and it's almost like entering India itself. And sometimes the music on videos is always a concern for me, because I'm always afraid that the music may have may give my video copyright issues. But let's say I would usually run the video through on YouTube to see whether it will detect any copyright. And now we are here at the intersection of King Street, which is the road we are walking on, and this one is China Street, and we have walked China Street before. And if you want to see the video of China Street, I will put the link to it in the description below. You can see from here that all the way to the western part of China Street is the temple of the goddess of mercy, and we have covered that in a previous video. You can get it from the link. And now we are going to continue on walking, actually south. We are walking south along King Street. So we are continuing on King Street right now, and we are now in a way officially in Little India. Whatever that they are selling here, you see Indian pots and Indian businesses selling all the things for the Indian community. The Indian community used to be quite substantial in Georgetown. You can see that, oh, there's quite a lot of Indians here in Georgetown nowadays, but there was even more in the past. There was even more Indians. It has more or less shrunk. You see, the Indian settlement of Georgetown used to stretch all the way to Chaurasta Market. Chaurasta Market is on Penang Road, and you can see how widespread it was, the Indian community. But later on, the Chinese came along, and then they bought up plots to build their clan associations and clan temples. So here's another clan association temple. It's face to face with another clan association on that side. And we continue on. Over here, all Indian businesses created especially for the Indian community. So you can see those clan associations, the Chinese clans association is more or less like almost overlapping or even encroaching into Little India. But pretty soon it's all Indian businesses going forward. And the next intersection, this is Market Street. Yes, I think I may have walked Market Street before also. I can't remember. Yeah. I have to check. If there is no video on Market Street, then I will put one up. But this one is Market Street. Okay. So this is Market Street right in the heart of Little India. And we continue on this way. So you can see we have actually passed the epicenter of Little India, which was on the city block behind us. And here is a quieter stretch of King Street, still in Little India. Oh, and here's another Chinese Clan Association building, or rather ancestral temple. When these association temples were erected, there is no standardized form of Romanization for the name of the association, so they just spell it in their own way, each in its own way. Some are Hokkien, some are Cantonese, and so they just transcribe it according to how the words are pronounced by them. And in front here is a pair of dogots, so you can find dogots at most of the ancestral temples in Georgetown. We are now approaching the end of King Street, which ends at the junction with Julia Street. So let's go this way a little bit more, and then we would have finished our walk of King Street. And you can see it's so much quieter this stretch. There are a lot of restaurants like this one buy biryani. So if you are hungry after a walk of Georgetown, there's plenty of places for you to eat here. So over here, this is Indian Muslim cuisine, authentic Indian Muslim cuisine. So there's so much choices here in Little India, but particularly these are all Indian food, or in this case, Indian Muslim food. And in front of us are more Indian Muslim food. These are nasi kandar. Nasi kandar used to be carried on a pole from places to places, but now it's sedentary. It's now selling from restaurants, such as the one in front of us is Kapitan, and there's another one here. I'm not sure of the name. And you can see the sign here says Little India. I'm going this way now. So as you can see, Little India. So that is the, okay, say the southern entrance to the Little India of Georgetown. And here's where King Street ends. It ends at Julia Street. So it ends at Julia Street, and this is the road sign for King Street. So there we have it, my friends. Our walk of King Street in Georgetown. And oh, over here, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Nagor Durga Shrine, right? I think this is the Nagor Durga Shrine at the junction of King Street and Julia Street. So this is also a mausoleum or a shrine to an Indian Muslim saint. So there we have it. Our walk from King Street all the way to the junction of Julia Street. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm signing out now and I look forward to you joining me again in my next walk.